All right, hey VC, I'm Jamie. Welcome back. We're back with a contest entry video this time. This is for Bill at the Vinylverse, and everybody knows and loves Bill in the vinyl community. So he's got a contest going on called My Vinyl Community Contest, and he's got 4 questions and a bonus question as well. So let's get to it. Question number 1: How did you discover the VC, and when did you begin making videos? Well, I discovered the VC just on YouTube, searching for something music related, and Derek Higgins' video comes up, and he goes by Derek Vaughn on YouTube, and just checking out a few of his videos, and couldn't believe his record collection and his knowledge of music is vast and incredible. Wealth of knowledge. So Derek Higgins, big influence in terms of maybe wanting to get started with the vinyl community videos. And I was also very much influenced and really liked Big Star 1000, Fred, Big Star 1000. And he lives in Australia, a Frenchman who lives in Australia. But it's nice to see he's making videos again, because he does take a couple of months breaks here and there. So those were 2 very big influences in terms of getting started. I've been making videos now on YouTube with this YouTube channel for about a year and a half. Absolutely loved it. The vinyl community is just terrific and very supportive. And I don't know if I would have gotten started if it wasn't for my daughter saying, "Dad, you should go for this. You know, you've got something to offer, something to share." Because I was like, when you have somebody like Derek Higgins or Fred at Big Star 1000, their musical knowledge is just incredible. But they helped me kind of set up the YouTube channel and get started. And here we are a year and a half later, and loving the vinyl community, and thank you so much for your support. Okay, and question number 2: Show an album or 2 that you picked up from seeing it in a VC video. So Derek Higgins, again, he showed this album. This is the German prog rock or space rock band called Mythos. Didn't know anything about it, but he really loves this album. Did a whole video, I think, just talking about this album. I do like Hawkwind. This is a reissue. I picked it up, and yeah, just love it. I mean, it's great German prog rock, space rock, but Mythos. But this is an album I never would have discovered if it wasn't for Derek and the vinyl community. And just recently, Steve Carlson showed this one, Marvin Gaye, "You're the Man." This is it's sort of a reissue, sort of compilation of Marvin Gaye songs that have been available on various compilations or various albums, sort of thing, assembled here as a 2-album set. And this is terrific, but I didn't know this was out until I saw Steve Carlson talking about this. So "You're the Man," Marvin Gaye on Tama. Nice double album there. Okay, show your favorite or a favorite album in your collection. This is really a sentimental favorite in my collection. This is The Guess Who and the Staccatos, A Wild Pair. So this came out in 1968, and this is a unique Canadian album. So the one half is the Staccatos, which later became the 5-man electrical band, and then the other half of the record is the Guess Who. And this was the first time that the Guess Who, an album came out with just their name as the Guess Who. They were Chad Allen and the Expressions, and then there was one album that was kind of called Chad Allen and the Expressions / Guess Who, but this is the first time they released something known as the Guess Who. So it was producer Jack Richardson who really put this together. So this was all new material, but this was actually technically a promotional contest, no, not even a contest, a promotional sort of giveaway for Coca-Cola. So this came out in 1968. So the album was produced basically as a promotional vehicle by Coca-Cola, and it was available. You had to send in like 10 bottle cap liners plus $1 plus 25 cents for shipping and handling. And so the offer was good until, I guess, in mid-April 1968. And this album came out February 1968. So it was, a couple of months you could get in on it. But this was a massive success. It was a great promotion for Canadian music. And they moved, I guess, roughly about 85,000 copies. And when you consider a gold record in Canada is 50,000 copies, and the thing is, though, I mean, they moved so many copies. It was such a success, but because it was a promotion or a promotional copy, it never achieved gold status or anything like that, or recognition in terms of its actual sales or promotional giveaway. But just a really unique album. half the staccatos, half the Guess Who. Again, it was, you know, it wasn't old hits or anything like that. It was new music. It's interesting that it's not super hard to find, even though for the most part this was never, for the most part, sold in record stores or record shops. But just a real Canadian sentimental favorite to have the staccatos and Guess Who, a wild pair. Really enjoy that. Okay, and let's do a couple of channel shout outs for any reason you want. Well, I'm going to do shout outs for some of my and our UK Irish friends in the vinyl community that post great videos. Rob Walker, Let the Music Play, Manchester. Rob's a great channel and he's got a great music collection. Also, Richard McCook. Really enjoy your channel, Richard, and for all of the threads that you start, you've got a great collection. Rob Eisen, who's fairly new to the vinyl community in the Pink Attic or the Pink Room there. And recently he's been putting out, he's been singing and playing guitar, like cover songs, and he's got a great voice. And Rob, I wish pubs were open so that we could go see you play in a pub or something like that. That would be great. So again, Rob's got some great albums. Also, Chris at the Vinyl Orchard, again, fairly new to the vinyl community, and he's got a great album collection. He comes up with some great threads, and his beard is coming in quite nicely. Also, Bev at Clarkovision. James Griffiths, and I love James, his Sunday evening spins when he's talking about CDs. Great channel. Also, Headley, another fat bearded man talking about records. Probably one of the best VC channel titles, if you will. Also, Steve Whitty. Love Steve's videos. Great collection. And Graham at Kraken Vinyl. To name a few. I know I've left some out, but a big shout out to our UK Irish friends there. Hope everybody's doing well and staying safe. Okay, and the bonus question: what is my, Bill at the Vinylverse, favorite studio album from the three-man era of Genesis? I don't know offhand. My guess would be Genesis Duke, which is a great album. And then for the bonus entry, what is my, the Vinylverse, favorite song from that album? My guess would be Duchess. I'm going to go with Genesis Duke and the song Duchess, but it's just a guess. Although I'm surprised it's not from the album Abacab Who Done It. I mean, that has to be one of the best Genesis songs. I do love this album, though, Abacab. And from Bill at the Vinylverse, I do have 3 of the 4 variants on the cover, and I didn't know, but learned on Bill's channel that they do have them sort of lettered, if you will, A, B, C, D. So I am missing C. You probably won't be able to see that. But Bill talked about this on the Vinylverse. I knew about the variant covers, but I didn't know that they were sort of labeled A, B, C, D. So I'm missing C, so I'll have to get that. And Bill, I've got a little bonus for you. Bill on the Vinylverse channel showed a Planet of the Apes full-length album, which was Planet of the Apes, some of the various stories as narrated, sort of like it was a comic book form. I didn't get to see too much of the actual album, but I had mentioned when we were sort of chatting back and forth that I had a 45 copy of one of the stories that I picked up as a kid, and I was able to find it. This is book and record set. It's fun to read, as you hear, Planet of the Apes. So they had, I think, roughly 4 in the series: Planet of the Apes, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, and Battle for the Planet of the Apes. Why they didn't have Conquest, I don't know. But this was kind of like, which was very popular, the old book and record, and, you know, would have to beep so you'd know when to turn the page. So this was, so they would have had 4 of these out, and this cost $1.98. This is from my childhood. Unfortunately, as I mentioned to Bill, this is the 45, but it got left in the sun, in direct sunlight, and warped it so bad. I was so upset when this happened when I was a kid, so it's pretty much unplayable, but I did hang on to it for sentimental reasons, and as you can see, I'll quickly go through. So it had the, it was, you know, fully narrated, you know, different voices. You know, loved it as a kid, but didn't know they had a full-length album of it, which I think they just collected the stories, but thought this was really cool. Go Ape. So from my childhood, and showing this for Bill at the Vinylverse. Okay, that's going to wrap it up for this one. And again, good luck with the contest, and if you haven't, everybody has. Check out Bill at the Vinylverse. Take care, bye-bye.